speaking of Boosie, I had Boosie on my show a few months ago.
Yes.
And we brought up the whole, because T.I. had basically admitted on his podcast and he told on his dead cousin in our interview, which ended up going super viral. Boosie said that if that's true, then he's a rat and our joint project is over. T.I. responded and there was a little bit of a back and forth, but they actually got on the phone. And in my interview, he said that they talked and essentially what T.I. was saying in the following interviews was he was saying that wasn't true, that he was just embellishing a story.
Yes.
He said, this was like a what if situation, although he never cleared it up.
Yes.
For weeks and weeks after he had been out there.
Okay.
So none of us knew that this was embellishment. This sounded like an actual fact of him saying it out of his own mouth. So, but Boosie said they got on the phone and they had a long conversation and he actually apologized to T.I.
Awesome. I like that. Because I was just with Boosie on the plane the other day.
Oh, okay.
And what's funny, Boosie was coming to Vegas.
Yeah, because he's got event space out there.
And I was coming to Vegas, but Boosie was in first class. I couldn't get first class, it was sold out. But I made $1,000 off the flight because it was one of them days where they was looking for volunteers to get off the plane.
Yeah.
So I took and went on the next flight. I didn't get home until the next fucking morning, like 1 o'clock. But it was $1,000. I'm going to use that to go on a nice little trip with my kids, right? But yeah, me and Boosie was on the same flight going to Vegas, and love that dude. Energy is always awesome.
Always.
And it's always us three connection.
Yeah.
Because what's funny when I do interviews or the MCs bring me on show, you know what they say? Boosie and TK neck and neck on Vlad. Vlad love Boosie and TK.
Yeah. And Tony Ayo's up there too.
Yeah, Tony's coming up.
Tony's coming up now.
Tony. That's
Tony's
my man.
up as well.
But who was first? Was I first? Was I before Tony? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was before Tony, and I was before Boosie.
I'm not sure. Me and Boosie go back 20 years.
Yeah, but not on the show.
On the show, I'm not sure.
Because I think he was away.
It was around the same time.
Around the same time.
But
as the comedian, I was one of the first.
Absolutely.
Okay, bingo. That's all I need.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Long time
man.
first.
Listen, and look, they talked about it. T.I. said this publicly, and I guess he reiterated in the conversation with Boosie what T.I. somehow blames me for it. Saying
you might as well just live with this shit for the rest of your life.
I have a divisive platform, and I'm the reason why they're into this beef. And I'm like, this is silly because one thing, like if you know Boosie on any level, you know damn well you can't manipulate Boosie to say anything.
Yes,
Boosie knows exactly what he's going to say before you ask the question.
Yes.
He had been sitting on this topic for a month.
Yes.
And I just happened to be the person who asked.
Yes.
And he had a very distinct, clear answer. He had already made his decision and so forth. But T.I., I mean, listen, I just get blamed for everything, and that's just fine. It is what it is.
What it is.
But if you look at T.I., if you look at his whole history, he's always in some shit.
Always.
He's always in some shit.
Yes,
so how are you going to point the finger at someone else when you're always in some shit?
Yes.
Constantly.
Yes.
Not a year goes by without some sort of drama in T.I.'s life.
And T.I., you my man, but it's kind of true. You always
it's kind of true.
Yeah,
it's kind of true. It just is what it is.
I'm just being honest. Not because Vlad is white and I'm sucking his dick. I'm just being honest.
It just is
I'm
what
just telling people.
And I told listen, T.I. is welcome to come to my show. We could talk it out.
Yeah, I would love for T.I. to come on here.
But Boosie's like, T.I. ain't coming to your show. And I'm like, okay, that's fine.
You never know.
Yeah, who
Closed
cares?
mouths
It
don't
is
get
what it is.
fed.
I don't care if he does or not.
Right.
He knows that he has, if he ever wants to say something to me, he can say it to me right in front of me.
Right.
I don't duck anybody.
I love them all. I love what Boosie's done.
Rest in peace to Clay, who I've known for a while.
Yes, Clay
his manager passed away. Very sad news.
Yes.
Me and him have always had a good relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But T.I.
Clay was managing Boosie?
No, T.I.
Okay, right.
And,
okay.
And Lil Duval.
Yeah. Clay was.
Exactly. So like I said, it's one of those things, man. I'm not going to change anyone's opinion.
But let me make sure I'm clear. I want to show man love always to Boosie.
Yep.
And man love always to T.I. When y'all see me, you'll always show me much respect. I always show you much respect. And I just want to make sure we clear that out, clear the air, because one thing I always try to make sure people don't get me involved in is what I call that new age drama bullshit that's out here in this world. Like I'm a grown, I'm older than mostly all those guys. Don't bring me nowhere in that shit.